I'm often asked about increased volcanic activity as a solution to the predicament known as abrupt climate change. The notion is that increased volcanic ejecta in the atmosphere would cause the Earth to cool. This is analogous to solar radiation management. When the psychopaths ask the question, it goes something like this: why don't we throw bombs into volcanoes to increase the atmospheric reflection? When the question comes from somebody who's paranoid, it goes something like this: if they know what you know, then surely they're just about ready to drop a few bombs into volcanoes to increase the cooling effect. No. As I indicated, this increased volcanic activity leading to increased atmospheric particulates is analogous to solar radiation management. What happens is that we have an ongoing rate of temperature increase that looks something like this over relatively short periods of time. Over a longer period of time, we're clearly in the midst of exponential climate change, but over a matter of months or maybe even a few years, it appears to be a linear increase in global average temperature over time. Well, surely, you say, if we throw some particles into the atmosphere that will cause a cooling, at least a plateauing of global average temperature, if not an actual decline in the global average temperature. Well, maybe. In fact, at least a plateau is likely to happen. But then things get really interesting, and not in a, ooh, isn't that great fun, interesting kind of way. What actually happens is, after the plateau, the global average temperature, then, instead of returning to the same steepness of temperature increase that we observed before, the global average temperature rises even faster than it had before. So after the plateau or slight decline, we see some, quote, catching up of global average temperature, so that the global average temperature actually rises faster than it was doing before. And as I mentioned in a previous video here, titled Rate Matters, the rate actually matters. So with respect to the living planet, it's really important that this exponential curve, or even at this over the span of a few months or a very few years, it appears linear. That rate is really important. And when you increase the rate, it decreases the probability that species are going to survive, plants, animals, and ultimately humans, because we are animals, we are organisms, we are vertebrates, we are mammals. And so the rate of global average temperature increase is very, very important for our continued persistence on the planet. So my response to the psychopaths, the paranoids, and the, quote, regular people is all pretty much the same. At the edge of extinction, only love remains.